heroes of Geminia have finally reunited. The group is overly affectionate at seeing one another again.
Faye! Jay! Rose! Jim!
I go over and hug Owen. Oh, how I miss you, how I miss you, how I miss you.
Owen has to do a very calm stare at Jalarum.
What? Awkward patting on the head?
No, not even moving, just very calm stare.
Good. See you again.
As they catch up on their past adventures, the dragons ask the party for their next move. Geminia requires the aid of 2 more races, the Fae and the Air Gnomes. The group turns to Ivan to learn a bit more about the Air Gnomes.
Well, to be honest, I don't speak of my people very often because they're a very difficult race to track down. All of my fellow air gnomes, they live in the cloud village of Cumulus. It's basically a village that drifts above in the sky. And considering it's a place that has no static grounding, it's always moving around in different places. My people literally go wherever the wind takes them.
One of the dragons offer to track Cumulus as it tends to travel over the ocean coast. The rest of the dragons motion to offer flight to the city in the sky the following day. So with a plan of action ready, the rest of the day is for the team to get reacquainted. Jalarum, Amber, and Fairthurin go to the blacksmith to sell a scimitar left by Varska and a stone axe from Hawthorne Tower, in hopes to get some extra gold. Geminia learns of what happened to the dragon prince and princess. After sisterly fighting, Simula confides in Ivan that picking apart and hitting people's buttons is no longer fun.
People just want to survive. People just want to stay. People always want to get the things that they want. Every single life form on this planet is unbelievably petty.
Simula says she has a purpose for selecting everyone in the group, but will reveal it at a later time. Back at the armory, the elf ship and the third wheel go to sell the weapons. Unfortunately, Jalarum mishandles the blade and accidentally slices the blacksmith's hand open.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't really
It's not the first time I've cracked a few knuckles with my hammer. It comes in the line of work.
Ugh.
Ouch.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I don't know. Just a bit of bad luck, I suppose.
Thankfully, he had the Wand of Moderate Healing at his disposal to heal Ruith's hand. Coming back with weapon enhancements and some extra coin, concerns start to rise for our heroes. Geminia worries that Cross being tutored by Simula is a bad move. Cross says that Simula's tutoring has him feeling powerful, and taking a step into the darkness might allow her to open up. But he feels he might not come out of said darkness. As Amber gets thoroughly plastered, Jalarum and Cross talk about their pasts in order for the rogue to get inside the ranger's head. He even brings up the fear of earning the prestige of assassin, fearing that it would change him for the worse.
No. You're not the only one that's going through some demons at the moment. I told Amber this. There is an option for myself to become quite a formidable foe in battle. I could hide in plain sight, become resistant to poison. I could incapacitate opponents or insta-kill them. But if I do, I break my promise to Rose, to Geminia. I can't as much as I want to. I'm 95% there, and I can't perform the final act.
Cross assures Jay that he has an out where it might be too late for him. However, Jay has one final word after finishing his drink.
Just so you know, it doesn't take a magic bow, magic ring, or even a wizard's hat to know you belong in this group.
Meanwhile, Fairthurin is still unsure of the tasks she had been given from Heronius. Specifically, one spell in the Grimoire of Virtue, Sanctify the Wicked. Geminia presses her to talk about why she has been acting strangely, eventually getting the truth out of her but upsetting her in the process. Faye runs off as Jalarum follows her. She relays to the half-elf she can't pull off the spell because the requirements are too weighty, in particular being of lawful good alignment.
Why? Why would he give this task to me, of all people?
Maybe because you're the smartest one of our party?
Smarts have nothing to do with it. Read what it says, Jalarum. It can only be cast by a being of pure heart.
Overhearing this, Jaminia assures the elven wizard paths to redemption are always possible. Jalaram comforts her, saying everything will turn out fine. That night, Cross dreams of power, fame, and fortune at the expense of his friends. Simula by his side, he contemplates his actions. Simula slays him in the dream, waking him up. The mystery of what's really going on in Cross's head starts to unravel. Amber eventually wakes up from her hangover with the worst headache a dragon can sustain. The females of the party, minus Simula, realize that the baby Simula carries eventually needs caring for. So they all start to think of names for it and ways to care for it. The party takes off to the Cloud City, dragons in tow. Amber even learns how to fly thanks to her father.
You see Varog actually lift you up while you're in dragon form and fly off.
I could have gotten it!
Yeah, yes, I'm sure you could, Tunny. But one thing that you need to do, we're going to be practicing along the way, alright? I'm going to drop you a couple times.
Okay.
Daddy-daughter flying lessons.
As they land in Cumulus, the city is all but abandoned. There appears to be no sign of the air gnomes anywhere.
To be honest, the reason I left my home was complete by accident. We actually ran into a storm a long time ago, which shook the city so profusely that I actually fell right off of it.
Oh.
And essentially, both of my arms and one of my arms and both of my legs were broken. I couldn't get back up. I couldn't really even yell for help because I was so weak. And to be honest, considering I was too young, I'd never learned the magic that would allow me to find the city and come back. Nor could I fly. I hadn't really come back here in a long time.
As the group determines which way to go, Simula chimes in that someone might be relaying information unwillingly. Jalaram, unwittingly, spills the advantage the group had on Simula by saying the warden might be surveying the party's dreams. Owen and Rose give Jay stern looks. Simula checks for any magical devices, but she finds nothing. Frustrated, they all head to the center of the city. Strangely, Solinor Thalandra is waiting for them. Cross specifically. Solinor feels Cross is misusing his gift and accepting another power from Simula is downright blasphemous.
There's something you don't want to admit to yourself. You enjoyed the glory and fear the legendary Black Arrow gave you. And now you're upset because it faded into obscurity by your own hands. You're not depressed because you failed your team. You just want the attention back and you're too cowardly to admit it. And now you found a new audience. But because they weren't willingly giving you the attention you wanted, you decided to take it by antagonizing them. You're no captain, you're no ranger. You're a child, throwing a fit that the tramp you fancy still hasn't decided whether she likes you or not. And you thought this would make her fall into your arms? You're an unbelievable buffoon, Cross.
That only makes Cross angrier and more unstable. Lashing out at Solinor, he unintentionally insults his team, calling everyone judgmental, and called his own god weak. This was the last straw. Either Cross hands over his bow and Black Arrow, or he dies via Solinor's strike.
3, 2, 1! He lets loose the arrow.
Jaminia!
Oh no.
The crackling black arrow screams as it sails through the air, headed directly towards Cross. Immediately, you see Jaminia jump in the way.
Jaminia blocks the arrow from going into Cross, taking the mortal wound. Simula also collapses from the blow. Gongs chime over Cumulus. Solinor broke the primeval pact by harming an innocent party.
It was a mistake! It was a mistake! A giant, bony hand bursts from the ground and grabs Solinor.
Oh, by Corellin's mercy! What was that?
Pulling him backwards into shadows, he gives a harrowing scream as he is pulled into the black and vanishes from sight. A few seconds later, you hear a meaty crunch.
Owen, after making sure Jaminia is stable, grabs Cross and punches him square in the nose. Alana and Pelor arrive to tell them the somber news. Solinor Thalandra is dead.
All of the gods are bound by certain primordial laws. and he broke it when he struck Jaminia. The thing is that he struck a mortal who had not transgressed him. Jaminia had done so by getting in his way, but Simula is linked to her, and Solanor had not only caused her to come to harm, but placed the child that Simula carries in danger. Ergo, he had broken the primeval pact.
As Alana and Pelor leave, they give Faethurin a parting gift. Ivan is the most broken out of the entire group, as a moment of death occurred in his city of peace. Simula, of all people, is in shock and utter disbelief. Cross finally reveals his darkest secret. On one mission, he was forced to murder his entire squadron due to a sorceress's poison that turned them into mindless killers. He carried that guilt throughout his entire life. He became the Black Arrow, wanting to die as an atonement for all of his sins. Jaminia tells him redemption must be earned. The fact that he's still pressing onwards despite feeling weak is a start. Moving forward, the party reaches the cedar tree with what appears to be a giant white diamond in the center, above a roaring flame. Next to it appears a burnt piece of paper. Upon further inspection, it looks like a torn page from an engineer's journal. What the page says will be revealed next time.